Inner Circle, welcome back to Ask Symone, the space where healing meets honesty and growth becomes a lifestyle. If you're new here, I'm Symone, your relationship guide and motivational voice, reminding you that you deserve healthy love, clear boundaries, and peace of mind. And this channel is all about helping you grow, heal, and build better relationships with others and with yourself. So go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and officially join the family. Now, let's get into today's message. Why never go to bed angry isn't always good advice. You've probably heard this rule before. Never go to bed hungry. It's one of the most repeated pieces of relationship advice out there. Friends say it, parents say it, therapists even say it. And on the surface, it sounds right. Why wouldn't you want to fix things before the day ends? But what if I told you that forcing resolution before bed can sometimes do more harm than good? What if the real issue isn't whether you go to bed angry, but how you handle conflict, timing, and emotional regulation in your relationship? Today, we're going to unpack where this advice comes from, when it helps, when it hurts, and what to do instead if you and your partner are stuck in late night conflict cycles. Because healthy relationships aren't about rigid rules, they're about wisdom, awareness, and emotional safety. So now, where the advice comes from. The idea behind never go to bed angry is actually rooted in something positive. It's based on the belief that unresolved conflicts creates emotional distance. Silence can turn into resentment. Problems ignored today grow bigger tomorrow. And that part is true. Unaddressed issues can pile up. Avoidance can damage intimacy. But somewhere along the way, this advice turned into a rule instead of a guidance. And rules in relationships, especially emotional ones, can be dangerous when they ignore context. So, what you want to do in this case is allow your partner time to cool down, to reflect, and to come back to the conversation. And that way you can have a more flowing conversation and thoughts would have been gathered properly. The problem with forcing resolution at night. Let's talk about what's really happening during late night arguments. Your brain is tired. At night, your emotional regulation is lower. You're exhausted. Your patience is thinner. Your nervous system is already winding down. That means small comments feel bigger. Tone is easily misread. Empathy is harder to access. Trying to fix a conflict when your brain is depleted often leads to more damage, not less. Anger plus exhaustion equals escalation. Many couples have experienced this. You promise yourselves you won't sleep until it's resolved. Hours pass, voices rise. One person shuts down. The other pushes harder. No, you're not just dealing with the original issue. You're dealing with hurtful words, tears, shutdown, emotional withdrawal. What started as let's fix this turns into now we're both wounded. And that's why it's always easier to just back up a bit, Allow the person time to calm down and time to gather thoughts, because once words are spoken, they can never be taken back. Forced conversations aren't safe conversations. If one partner is emotionally flooded and the other insists on talking now, that conversation isn't happening in safety. It's happening under pressure. And pressure kills vulnerability. Healthy communication requires choice, not coercion. When going to bed, angry is actually healthier. Here's a truth that doesn't get said enough. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is pause. Going to bed angry doesn't always mean going to bed disconnected. It can mean choosing rest over reaction, choosing calm over control, choosing regulation over resolution. Sleep regulates emotions. Sleep helps your brain process emotion. It reduces emotional intensity. It restores perspective. Many couples wake up and realize that wasn't as big as it felt last night. That doesn't mean the issue disappears. It means you're better equipped to handle it. Therefore, the real issue is not anger, it's avoidance. Let's be clear about something important. This video is not encouraging avoidance. Going to bed angry becomes unhealthy when issues are never revisited. One or both partners use sleep as escape. Conflict is constantly postponed without repair. The damage doesn't come from sleeping angry. It comes from never returning to the conversation. Here's a healthier framework than the rule. Instead of asking, did we fix this before bed? Ask, did we handle this with care? Here's a healthier approach. Step 1. Name the pause. Instead of storming off or shutting down, say something like, I'm feeling too overwhelmed to talk about this right now, but I care about us and I want to come back to it tomorrow. This reassures your partner you're not abandoning the issue. You are choosing regulation. The relationship still matters. 2. You want to maintain connection without resolution. You can still say good night, offer a hug if both are open. Express love even in discomfort. Connection doesn't require agreement. 3. Revisit the conversation intentionally. The next day, or when emotions are calmer, come back to it. Come back with clearer thoughts, softer tone, more empathy. That's when real repair happens. When should you try to talk before bed? Now let's add balance. There are moments when addressing things before sleep is helpful. For example, if the issue is minor and easily clarified, if both partners feel emotionally regulated, if reassurance is needed to prevent anxiety or abandonment fears. The key difference is choice and capacity, not obligation. What this means for long-term relationships is strong relationships are not built on perfect conflict timing. They are built on emotional awareness, mutual respect, flexibility, repair after rupture. Couples who last understand this. It's not us versus each other. It's us versus the problem when we are both ready. Here are some common fears people have about pausing. What if they think I don't care? That's why reassurance matters. Words matter, intent matters. What if the issue gets buried? That's why follow up matters. Pauses need return, not silence. What if they need resolution to sleep? Then compromise might look like reassurance without debate, comfort without solving, safety without fixing. A better rule to live by would be, instead of never go to bed angry, try this. Never ignore your emotions, but don't let exhaustion decide your future. Or rest before you resolve. That's emotional maturity. So here's my closing message. Going to bed angry doesn't make you a bad partner. However, forcing resolution at the wrong time doesn't make you a good one either. Healthy relationships aren't about following viral rules. They're about learning when to lean in and when to pause. Because sometimes the conversation that saves your relationship is the one you choose to have after you have rested. If this resonates with you, like the video, share it with someone who needs permission to pause, and let me know in the comments. Have you ever fixed something better after sleeping on it? Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Leave a thumbs up on the video and share the videos out with families and friends.